We're going to take a look today at using the quadratic equation, or using a quadratic equation, and we're going to do it specifically in how we can solve problems with a quadratic equation. Now I'm going to give you a couple different ways. We're going to be using both algebra as we would in just on paper and pencil, and we're also going to be using Desmos. Desmos is something that we can use to check our work or confirm is our work proper. And so we're going to start with using algebra, and then we're going to move on to Desmos, and we're going to do that. I'll show you that on the computer. Now, the graph of a quadratic can help to understand the problem. The equation can also be used to solve problems as we go through it. There are two ways to solve problems. One is using the equation and algebra. So I'm going to put algebra here. Okay, paper, pencil. Paper, pencil. Okay, how we would do it with what we may call normal math, or what everybody is scared of with math there, doing things paper, pencil, or we can also use Desmos to solve our problem. And we're going to start with using the equation, and that's going to be with algebra. So the first example there is just, if we're given the equation, we're given this quadratic right here, we want to determine the value of y when x equals 6. Okay, so what we're trying to find is what is the point that is 6y. Okay, so if x is 6, what is y? Maybe x represents the height of something, or x represents time, or x represents how many things are sold, and then y will represent that relation there as well. And so we want to figure out what is y based on the equation that we have here. So we plug the 6 into where x is, and now there's two x's, one is squared and one is just regular. So we're going to put the 6 in here and it's squared. And then we're going to put the 6 in here as well, and it's not. Okay, and so we're going to plug those in for y. Now, at this point, the easiest way to do it would be to pull up your calculator and punch it in. And that is something that you can do. I want to just show you what it all represents. So I'm going to keep on using algebra and paper and pencil to do this. 6 squared is 36. 2 times 6 is 12. And then we add 3. We add all these together. 36 plus 12 is 48, plus 3, we get y is equal to 51. Okay, so when the x value is 6, the y value is 51, and in relation to this here, we get the point 651. Now, for just a regular question as such, again, no context, all I'd be asking for is this right here, y equals 51. Okay, that's what I'm asking for. That's the value of y. If we were to have some sort of context to this problem, and you will get a few context questions in here as well, then you would need to make sure that you say, so let's say that x is the time and y is our height, then we have to say that the height at a certain point is 51 meters, feet, yards, whatever we're going to be putting in there. So make sure that you are putting in the context to it if you're given some context. If not, y equals 51 is a valid answer.